Hey guys, it's Greg Jones from Motorcycle and Powersports News. We are back at Hale Farm for Fuel Cleveland. Today I'm joined by Casey of Krossover Customs, and this is a custom Kawasaki KX500, and it's our ride of the week. Casey, thanks so much for giving us a little bit of time here on setup day here at Fuel Cleveland. And we're walking around checking out some of the first arrivals, and saw your custom Kawasaki build here and had to know more about it. But before we get into the details of the bike, we'd love to know a little bit more about some of your background and what you guys do at Krossover Customs.
So at Krossover Customs, we're actually a custom paint shop.
Okay.
So there'll probably even be a few other bikes here that I've painted custom-wise.
Yeah.
More or less I kind of build bikes because I love to, and it's a great way to advertise.
Yeah.
So I can do the show series and stuff, and then the marks out there, I get to meet the builders that I want to paint for. And so it's pretty much why I build, and just paint work, custom, anything you want painted, cars, bikes, mainly bikes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we do.
Awesome, awesome. And you've been doing it a long time, or how long have you been doing it?
Yeah, so I kind of grew up in the shop.
Okay.
My dad done auto body, just standard insurance work, and then so it kind of grew from there. Whenever I got to a point where I wanted to start doing it, I just brought the artistic side into it and started going, doing my own thing.
Awesome. Well, this is definitely a unique build here in front of us. You mentioned it's got Kawasaki KX500, but everything else around it's pretty custom. So if you would kind of walk us through the build, what kind was the motivation to do something like this?
Well, actually, I got the motor from a paint job. A guy swapped me or traded out. He gave me a basket case of a KX500. I grew up in motocross and dirt bikes. That's all really lived other than paint. And so I wanted to build something, but I didn't have the frame or anything for the factory bike. And I love street racing. Never done it, but I just love the look of a bike. I wanted something, I've built cafe bikes and choppers and stuff, but I wanted to build a really wild looking little race bike. Had the perfect power plant, so I decided to kind of go from there. The motor's completely built all the way through. The basket case pretty much was not very good, so I got just that cases. So yeah, I had a friend of mine at a shop in Louisville, Kentucky, Retro Wrench, Chad. He built me the motor and stuff.
Okay.
And then the frame, I basically started with the motor, set it in a jig, and built a frame around it. And then I used the geometry and stuff off of a more modern crotch rock. It's a Ninja 636 is what I use kind of the geometry off of.
Okay.
And,
Very cool.
And
do you have a favorite aspect of the bike, or something that was maybe the most difficult thing on the build? Or?
Yeah, two things. The swing arm was something I was really kind of proud of. I didn't want to do the standard adjustments and stuff, so it actually has a cam system, kind of like there's Ducatis and a couple other bikes that run that, but I wanted a really wild looking swing arm. And then the body itself, it's all carbon fiber, forged carbon fiber. I made the mold, I built everything to it, vacuum molded it out. So it's, I think the whole body is like 2 pounds or something, if even that.
Wow.
And then,
very cool.
Yeah, just something different.
Yeah. Now, is this obviously it's got to be a fun bike to ride. Is it something that's fairly comfortable to ride around?
Yeah, comfort's not so much in the the range of it. It's not bad. And it's the motor's so snappy. It just kind of like it has a wild power range. Those old 500 motors have a lot of grunt, and then once they actually get into the meat in the motor, into the power band area, it's a rocket ship, and it just wants to go. It wants to pack the wheel because it's so short wheelbase.
Sure.
But I mean, it's fun. It's definitely rideable. I rode it Motoblot this past year. We rode through the city of Chicago with it, and it did okay. I mean, it jumped a couple bumps in the roads, but other than that, it done pretty good. Yeah,
very good. Casey, start to finish, how long did this particular build take you?
It's kind of difficult because I was off and on it so much. Through COVID and stuff. I kind of started a little bit. Roland Sands done a dream build off thing, and I started in it with that, and then kind of died off, and so I've probably got 3 years in it, but as far as actual time, I couldn't even. I don't want to know how much time I have in it a lot of my life, so I try to not know how many hours are in my builds.
No, I hear you, but got a gorgeous build here, and definitely something unique. Casey, anything else on the bike that we didn't quite cover, or just something else that you want to point out about it that we didn't touch on?
Well, I had some help from a couple sponsors and stuff.
Okay.
DEI sent me this heat treatment that's a gold plating up under it. It's awesome. Like, you can't really see a lot of it, but the underside of the tank, because it's aluminum and that motor does put off some heat.
Sure.
And then Smart Carbs gave me this carb because I didn't have one, and oh my God, it's amazing. Like, it's one of the coolest things. A bolt-on part like that is just awesome. But yeah, it's just, I mean, it is what it is. It's a blast to ride, and it sounds mean as could be. So
yeah, perfect. Well, Casey, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much for telling us about this custom Kawasaki KX500. Guys, that does it for this episode of Ride of the Week. Make sure you're checking out everything that Casey's got going on over at Krossover Customs. And as always, make sure you're checking out motorcycle and powersportsnews.com for more motorcycle and powersports content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.